Hello, and welcome to Stasis Pod, the Transformers animated podcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
I'm Alex.
And I'm David.
And today begins the start of our journey through Transformers Animated, the first post-movie Transformers TV series.
Yeah, and it was the first Western-produced one after Beast Machines.
Yes, and the first American-produced one since Generation 1.
Yeah.
I'd even suggest that calling it post-movie is a misnomer. It is movie concurrent.
Yeah, movie concurrent. I mean, this was released, the first episode aired December 26th, 2007, Boxing Day up here in Canada.
Ooh. Boxes.
Days.
I mean, for me it mostly means turkey leftovers, which I'm all for.
Yes. At least one explanation I've heard for the name is that it's, like the nobility boxed up their leftovers and gave it out to everyone else.
Yeah.
So that's why it was Boxing Day. But I don't know, how accurate that was.
I as a Canadian, I probably should know this, but I actually do not.
That's what I've heard, is that no one really is, really certain why it is that.
Transformers!
So yeah, this is the premiere episode, and this would have aired about I think around 6 months after the first Transformers movie, which I think came out in July.
Yep.
Yes, it was the bebeginning of July.
Yeah, I think
July 4th.
Oh, there we go.
Weren't they going for July 4th, and then it wasn't quite, they changed it to the 3rd or something, so they could do a Wednesday release or one of those weird things?
Probably.
I'm sure there were Thursday at midnight screenings at that point. At that point, they actually cared about making it midnight instead of just sighing and backing out to Thursday night at 7 is technically the release date.
I've heard that
10
there
years,
is a very good reason for that is actually sort of sad, and I won't go into it.
Oh.
I mean, unless you'd like me to. Basically, it has to do with the shooting in at that Batman showing. So, for security reasons, it's much better idea to have that stuff, when there's still a significant number of police around on the job. Welcome to America.
Yeah. So yeah, this aired, 6 months after that movie had come out. There was still plenty of Transformers merchandise on the shelves, and the American populace hungered for more Transformers.
Yes. Though, as I think we had mentioned before, they weren't sure, how well it was actually going to do, so the cartoon actually sort of erred towards the side of caution and went a little more G1 in that regard.
Yes, and in fact, it's so G1 that the first thing we see in this episode, which is Transform and Rollout, it's a 3-parter, so we'll be covering the first part today. It's written by Marty Eisenberg of Beast Machines fame, who was the head writer for the show. And yeah, this cartoon is so G1 that the first thing we see in the show is G1.
Yes. Yes. We have, it was, at the very least, it was sort of flashbacks during G1. It was some clips from War Dawn and a little bit of the beginning of More Than Meets the Eye before they've left Cybertron.
Right, with the Tetrajets.
Yes, you get some Tetrajets in there. You get, Dion at the end saluting. You get some Guardian robots. Yes, a bunch of Guardian Sentinels. Robots. Yes. So yes.
Despite clips from War Dawn, we do not see a bunch of the aerial bots being dicks.
Yeah, that made me sad. That always makes me sad. And there's every moment of my life where there is not aerial bots being dicks, I'm kind of sad. I'm sad a lot, is what we're saying.
Yes, it seems that this is, in fact, a history video being watched by Optimus Prime.
Isn't that actually the incorrect name? What is he at this point?
No, he is Optimus Prime.
He is Optimus Prime.
Okay.
Because Prime is just, I mean, he's, we'll get into it, but Prime is basically a rank in this.
Yes.
And
Seemingly
it's sort of
a captain.
Yes. At the very least, it's a basic officer rank.
Mm-hmm. And that is, so unlike the previous Unicron trilogy shows and Robots in Disguise, this is an Optimus Prime more in the Optimus Primal mode.
Which is ironic because he's voiced by Megatron.
That's right. It is David Kaye.
Yes.
Who I guess in the interim, or I think he has dual citizenship of some sort, so he can work in both American and Canadian productions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he did actually move for probably something before this to California.
Okay.
Well, probably for, a larger array of opportunities. Yeah, I don't think it was like, I heard that Cam Clark did moving to Canada so he could be in He-Man. I think it was, I think he was just, in the U.S. for various opportunities.
Might have been the Fox Sports deal.
That'll
where
do
he was
it.
the voice of their network for a while.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
That is the kind of money that will do it.
Yep. Yeah, he's watching this. He's kind of a young, idealistic commander who has been given this crummy assignment of fixing space bridges in outer space.
Not just in outer, the crappy part of outer space where nobody wants to be.
If there's a bright center to the universe, this is the place that's farthest from.
Yes. He's gotten assigned to basically a maintenance crew out into the backwaters of space. Space.
And that crew is Ratchet, voiced by Generation 1 voice actor Corey Burton.
Yes, and this is actually something that you see a lot more. It's basically continued since then. Is grumpy old man Ratchet.
Yes,
which is something that wasn't really, with G1, he wasn't really grumpy old man. I mean,
it sounded like Papa Smurf.
Yeah. I mean, in the comic, he was basically just suicidal, but apart from that, he was...
It kind of developed into that because he was pushed into the grumpy and suicidal and taking on Megatron multiple times, but...
Yes.
Yeah.
More than a bit of cup going into him at this point.
Yes.
Mm.
But yeah, in the cartoon, apart from, I mean, maybe that's part of it, is just him sounding like Papa Smurf, so they're like, hey, we'll give him an old guy personality. Whereas in the cartoon, he was really just like, the medic, hung out with Wheeljack and made things that should not be, like the Dinobots.
Dinobots? I thought you were supposed to make dinosaurs.
Shut up, Mirage.
I think that was Huffer.
Oh, Huffer, yeah.
Everybody
right.
hates you, Huffer.
It's true. Everyone hates him.
But anyway, yeah, that's voiced by Corey Burton, who is in, everything. He was Brawn and Spike and Shockwave on Generation 1. He's, Brainiac on the 90s Superman cartoon. I think he does a bunch of stuff on Clone Wars. And yeah, he's in, everything.
Yeah, and one of the neat things about him being cast in this is that then later, which we'll get to eventually, when some of his G1 characters show up, he gets to voice them as well.
That's right.
Because he just happens to already be hanging around the studio.
Well, we've already got him here, so we might as well.
Yeah.
You can do it to 4 voices before you have to pay him a second time.
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, they're inside the ship. Ratchet thinks that Prime is just wasting his time watching this because Ratchet is old enough that he's a veteran of this great war. Because we are in, I guess, a period of peacetime. The Decepticons are thought to be extinct. And so the Autobots are just left to rule Cybertron and fix their space bridges.
Yeah, and that's also something that's, kind of Beast Wars about it, is the idea of the war being over.
Mm-hmm. And which a lot of subsequent fiction has picked up.
Yeah. I mean, admittedly, and say the IDW stuff, it reached that point. It developed to that point. But yeah, post-war is definitely a very interesting situation to explore.
Seems to have more storytelling potential than just, oh, one's red, one's purple, they fight.
Autobots wage their battles to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons.
Yes, indeed.
Which, speaking of, we should mention the theme song with this, which is, again, kind of another riff on the original Generation 1 theme song.
Yeah.
But this is definitely better than the 3 Unicron Trilogy ones, Robots in Disguise.
Oh, yeah. Because it actually adds some new lyrics that are fun, like Justice, Bolts, and Gears.
That is cut out of the broadcast version, but it was, I guess the original version is like a minute. It was cut down to 30 seconds for broadcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bit where they rhyme more than they appear with Justice, Bolts, and Gears.
Yeah, it's a really good theme song. It's arguably an improvement over the song they showed the original footage of this show with, Fueled by Metallica.
Oh.
Wow, yeah.
It was not what I desired.
No, I don't think that version, that was the one where everybody was sort of like, I
think people sort of warmed up to it after that. The animation did look good, and yeah. And I guess we can also mention the Japanese intro here, which really brings to mind that Japanese version of the 90s X-Men cartoon intro.
Oh yeah, just going all out for the opening, and really doesn't have anything to do with the show itself. It's just thematic and fun, and has a great song.
I mean, nobody's crying for the moon, but it's kind of giving me that vibe.
Yeah. It has characters that barely show up in the show, and it featured prominently.
And a character who does not appear on the show.
Sir not appearing in this show.
Like that mysterious evil entity.
Oh yeah, the evil shadow thingy.
Yeah. Yes. So anyway, yeah, those are both, we will put those both on the Facebook page, because they're worth watching.
As a very brief aside, wasn't the X-Men cartoon translated by the same people who did the Beast Wars translation? So it was really goofy and dumb.
That does sound right.
I recall hearing that.
I think you're right.
So yes, then they also had music similar, I guess. The end.
So anyway, they venture outside and we meet the rest of the crew. We've got Bulkhead, the big guy, voiced by Bill Fagerbach, best known for playing various big, slow-witted guys.
Yeah, yes. It on and off screen.
Yes.
At this point, his most prolific role is probably Patrick Star from SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yes. Yes. He's Broadway on Gargoyles. He was on Coach.
I forgot.
And he's that guy who thinks everything spells moon in The Stand.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I had forgotten about that until just now. I'm so excited that that's
M-O-O-N spells something.
M-O-O-N, that spells bulkhead.
Oh, I love The Stand.
So yeah, that's Bulkhead. He turns into some sort of large land vehicle. He's kind of, a big, clumsy, good-hearted, but kind of dim guy.
Adorable goof. It's a character I don't think we've had in Transformers before.
Not really, no. I mean, he's a little bit Rhinox, but not clever like Rhinox.
Well, not...
Spoilers, that's not entirely accurate.
No, yes. He's deceptive. He's the big clumsy guy.
Yes.
The team is very much like your classic Sentai team, or Gotcha Man, Battle for the Planets.
Oh, he's the hunk.
Yeah. He's the hunk. Oh, yeah. Voltron. Let's say Voltron, because that's back now.
It is.
Yay, and it's actually pretty great now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Bulkhead isn't a person, so they can't make fat jokes.
No.
Yes. That is fortunate.
And we've got Bumblebee, who is back in the franchise because he was in the movie.
Yep.
And he's played by Bumper Robinson.
Which is a fun name.
It is a fun name to say.
Yes.
He's Hermes' son on Futurama. I think he's been on a bunch of Star Treks.
Ooh.
Oh.
I did not realize that.
He was I think he was on Deep Space Nine or something. And he's the Falcon on that current Avengers cartoon.
Huh.
Ooh.
And then the final member of our five.
He was also one of the few non-wrestler characters that existed solely to be suspects in the Scooby-Doo WrestleMania Mystery direct-to-DVD movie.
Oh.
So who did turn out to be the bad guy in that? Was it The Undertaker?
No, it was Bumper Robinson's character's dad, who didn't want his kid to be a wrestler.
I see.
Oh.
I mean, it would make sense for it to be The Undertaker, because he is a guy who pretends to be spooky, but is actually just some dude. Which basically makes him a Scooby-Doo villain.
That's true. That is very true.
He's a little closer to like a 13 Ghosts one though, because he can actually summon lightning in kayfabe.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Maybe more, I guess, if only Paul Bearer were still alive. Anyway, our final member of the fivesome is Prowl, who is an asshole ninja.
Yeah.
On the one hand, he is an asshole ninja. On the other hand, he is the least asshole-ish Prowl we've gotten in decades.
This is true.
Kinda, he's mellow. He's Snake Eyes who can talk, and you find out he's a jerk.
Yes. Oh man.
He just thinks he's better than everyone else.
It turns out, Snake Eyes has just been a real bitch the whole time.
That's really what it comes down to, is he just thinks he's better than everyone else.
And unfortunately, it turns out he often is.
Yeah.
It's kind of jarring because he's voiced by Jeff Bennett, who's awesome. And since then, Jeff Bennett also used this voice for the Joker on Brave and the Bold.
Oh, you're right, he did.
Oh.
I was going to say it's Jeff Bennett doing his Jeff Bennett voice.
Yes. We're going to see Jeff Bennett doing a whole bunch of voices later on. He's like 7 different characters.
Oh, we've met our Scott McNeil.
Actually, there are a lot of people pulling double and triple duty on this show.
Oh,
yeah.
That's true. That's true.
So, yeah. And notably, pretty much everybody here gets Cybertronian modes, which I appreciated.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose when it's just an animated, when you just have to get somebody to do the character design, it's not as big a deal as, having to make an entirely new CG model.
No.
Yeah, but we only see Optimus and Ratchet's alternate mode, I think.
Yes, but all the others do have different robot modes.
Yeah.
And also, we get toys with both of those alternate modes.
Yes, we do.
Yes. Yes,
and
we
then
do.
I think we see Bulkhead and Bumblebee's Cybertronian modes later on in the show.
Yeah, they designed them for flashbacks and stuff.
Oh yeah, we do see flashbacks.
Right.
Yes, stuff.
So yeah, they're in this asteroid field and they're trying to unjam a space bridge.
Space bridge.
Kind of looks like a big tuning fork.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they clear some rocks. Optimus gives everybody a "we can do it" speech.
I love how completely over Optimus' speeches Prowl is.
Yes.
Yeah, that was nice. It's like, he gives a speech, it's not that long, but people are tired of it.
Yeah, Bumblebee isn't quite having... he's not exactly G1 Bumblebee on it. He's kind of a bit of a rat trap.
I
noticed
in the opening scenes, in the first episode, we get him both, doing a Cheetor thing, calling Optimus Big Bot, but later he is the one who says we're all gonna die.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he gets to be both the Cheetor and the rat trap.
It's a good combination. I really like this version of the character.
Yes,
and I'm really glad they did not use the voice actor they used for the movie.
the weird British guy.
Yeah.
I was referring more to the not being able to speak English and instead speaking in TV clips.
Oh, yes.
That is fun. That also.
Yeah, that's coming.
Yes, somebody else can do that.
Yeah. So anyway, they find what's been jamming up this space bridge, and it turns out it's glowing, and it kind of looks like one of those old styrofoam Big Mac boxes with handles.
It looks like one of those styrofoam Big Mac boxes with Matrix handles.
Mm-hmm.
They are fairly Matrix evocative handles.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a rhombusy Matrix thing.
Because as it turns out, this thing is the Allspark, which was notably the MacGuffin.
It was the MacGuffin of the first Transformers.
Yes. Before
Very
time
so.
began, there was the cube.
It has been said. I
You could
can't
glean
not.
Listen,
No. Anything.
the important thing is, cube is a fun word to say, and in that 2007 Transformers movie, everybody's saying cube.
It's a good point. It is a lot of fun to say.
Where's the cube?
Cube.
So yeah, Ratchet recognizes this thing right away and just says they should just chuck it back. But before they can do that, they find that something is coming, and it's big, and it looks like a Decepticon ship.
Oops.
I'm almost positive this is supposed to be the Nemesis.
I think it was later named as the Nemesis.
Okay.
And
Very similar design.
It's a very neat design.
I'm sure it was named in like the Allspark Almanac.
Oh, definitely.
And yes, it is the Nemesis.
That's not
yeah,
really a surprise, though, with the way that the Allspark Almanac just, made everything G1 things. Which is fine.
I mean, it
For the most part,
it was what was turned out to be a disturbing trend, but at the time I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, they get on the ship, they figure out that yes, this is the Allspark, and so they radio the Cybertron Elite Guard for help.
Spoon!
And yes, it is Sentinel Prime, who looks like the robot Tick.
Yes, he's blue, and apparently that was like, I asked, I think, Derek Wyatt about it at one of the BotCons, and yeah, when they found out that it was gonna be Townsend Coleman, they were like, we're gonna make him look like the Tick.
Yes, because this is Townsend Coleman, voice actor for the Tick, and also a Generation 1 voice actor.
Yeah, wasn't he
Just
like...
Rewind.
Oh,
Yeah, whenever you
man.
read his dialogue in Martha Meets the Eye, just imagine he sounds like the Tick.
Oh.
I'm gonna do that now. So I guess it's one of those things like Jim Cummings, which we talked about on the news podcast one time about how he was like one character briefly in an episode or two and has had this extensive career since then. So
actually, apparently he's in 2 episodes. He's also one of those jerk teenagers in Bot.
Oh.
No.
Let us not speak of that. Back to episode.
Anything but thought.
Something we should maybe bring up, because of Sentinel Prime, chins.
Yes.
The show has a very distinctive art style. It's kind of divisive. I personally love it.
I think it looks great.
Yeah.
Well, it's simple, but it's perfect for animation. It's just enough details that you can do stuff fluidly. Yeah. It looks great.
It is super easy to draw, super fast to draw.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And yes,
so Optimus's lips are kind of cat-like.
Well, I wouldn't say
it is a little weird.
They're very pouty. They're almost Overlord-ish.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Although if we're talking about cats, Bumblebee's head kind of looks like cat ears. The horns.
He's got a shriek
further
mouth.
cements the Cheetor thing.
Yeah,
but chins. A large variety of large chins, from Bulkhead's giant wide one, Sentinel Prime's Tick one, Prowl's really, really long one.
And I think that sort of fits in with the whole superheroic theme of the show, because superheroes, by and large, have good chins.
Yeah.
Benjamin Grimm with a giant bulkhead jaw.
Batman, Superman, Captain America, all good chins.
Yeah. So yes, this, and actually, on the subject of superheroes, a lot of the creative, the artistic creative side of this came over from the Teen Titans cartoon, which was hugely popular.
Yes.
And that actually, as an interesting fandom note, that was really one of the big first influxes we had of that was when you'd go to BotCon and suddenly there's all these teenage girls in cosplay there, because they, followed the creative team over from the Teen Titans fandom and really got into it. And that was, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, but what was it? I guess the first big animated one, and now I'm blanking out on the year, I guess that would be 2008.
Yes.
When it was in California. And at some point, I was talking to Aaron Archer, and he was like, there's so many girls here now. I was like, yeah.
No, I think 2008
really
was Cincinnati.
2008 was
so
Cincinnati
it would be 2009. That would be 2009 because it was definitely in because it was the one that Weird Al was at.
Oh, right.
And David Kaye, and so yeah, it was the first California one after animated started. But yeah, it was like noticeable how suddenly the fandom was a lot younger and more female than it had been. And I think we've really held on to that a lot. I think we had a lot of it in Prime, and we've got a whole lot of it with the IDW stuff now.
Yes.
But that was cool. But I think a lot of that was because they came along with the artistic team from Teen Titans.
So yeah,
and in a few years, we're going to get Transformers Animated Go, and everyone's going to hate it.
Yeah.
So yeah, they get on the horn to Sentinel Prime, who is kind of like the Tick, but also more like the Dick, because he clearly knows Optimus Prime, and he doesn't think much of him.
Yeah, he's a big jerk.
I like how soon they establish A, the rivalry, and B, the concept of the Elite Guard.
Yes.
Yes.
But once they show Sentinel what they've got, he immediately puts them on to Ultra Magnus, who is the head of the Elite Guard, and is also Jeff Bennett, doing his best Robert Stack impression.
It's a pretty good Robert Stack impression.
It is.
I mean, if they're going to do that Unsolved Mysteries revival, maybe get Jeff Bennett.
Yes. It's very good at it.
As opposed to, was it Dennis Farina they had when they revived it in the 2000s?
Oh, I don't know.
It was either Dennis Farina or that guy who played Skinner on the X-Files. One of them did Unsolved Mysteries, the other did, I think, In Search Of.
Oh, yeah. I remember watching the one with Skinner.
So do I, and that's weird, because I would never watch that.
Yeah.
And yet
anyway,
somehow
Ultra Magnus says, stay where you are, we're gonna send some guys, but unfortunately where they are is with a giant Decepticon ship bearing down on them, and this Decepticon ship is colossal.
Also, quite dickishly, Ultra Magnus tells Prime that, you're not programmed to be a hero.
Yes.
It's just, man, it's not cool.
He's very Ultra Magnus.
Yes. But also a little bit of a dick. Just everybody's a dick to Optimus.
Yeah.
Sad. It makes me sad.
Yeah. And in fact, Optimus and Ratchet both recognize the markings on the ship, which it does mark it as the Decepticon flagship, which means it must be commanded by Megatron.
Who no one has seen for quite some time.
Yes.
Optimus tries to respond by activating their ship's defense mode Omega, but it's apparently been disabled to save fuel.
Yes.
For budgetary reasons.
Oops.
Nice foreshadowing and good joke.
I love that they're foreshadowing this as early as the first episode.
Yes.
Ah.
And so soon enough we are introduced in a somewhat Marvel Comics-esque intro dump to the Decepticon crew of this ship. We've got Megatron, voiced by Corey Burton again, kind of doing a movie Megatron voice.
Kind of, well,
a little bit of that, a little bit Brainiac.
A little bit Shockwave?
A little bit, not entirely Shockwave, because, spoiler.
It's more emotional than Shockwave.
Yes. And he is very clearly based on movie Megatron's general design.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the proportions are different, but yeah, the face is as close as you can get to movie Megatron in animation.
Yes.
On a weekly basis.
And we'll see the vehicle mode is fairly close as well. So we've got Starscream, voiced by SpongeBob SquarePants himself, Tom Kenny.
Yay!
Oh, all the jokes that spawned from that fact.
He's doing a very good Chris Latta impression here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not quite Latta, but I think it's the closest anyone has gotten since, and it's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's his own thing, but it definitely sounds fairly close to that.
Yeah.
It's not trying to be Chris Latta, but it's very influenced by Chris Latta's performance.
Yes.
Yes.
I think this was the first time where it was really like, it came across, and it was more so with Transformers Prime too, but just the idea of Starscream as like a role that voice actors might aspire to,
Yes.
sort of came across it at this point that, like the current generation of voice actors, thought Chris Latta was really great and, were aspired to stuff that he had done instead of it just being like, nobody cares about Transformers. As it had been for quite some time.
Yes. So yeah, he's doing his Starscream thing. He's, Megatron, you're a fool. I should be the leader. And then he's accused of being a traitor by Lugnut, who is a new character, voiced by David Kaye again.
Oh, it is.
And his deal is that he is single-mindedly, fanatically loyal.
Also, the way that he starts, I should have noted the wording, but the way he starts talking up Megatron, it just sounded like he was going to go into a cheer. Megatron is great. Megatron is strong. Megatron will go the whole night long. Or, I don't know. It felt like it was, the cadence of it felt like it was gonna rhyme.
Yeah, and it's odd that the two new name characters are both giant, wide, bulky dudes.
Yeah. I guess because there really weren't a lot of guys with that body type in the original show.
Wait, were there, well, I think Lugnut might have been like a repaint of something in Cybertron, but he wasn't a cartoon character.
His name was Lugnuts, with a Z.
Oh, Nuts.
And he was a beatnik motorcycle.
God.
Oh, that character. He wasn't, yeah.
And then Bulkhead was a character on Energon where he was like a kooky old man helicopter who had distressing pelvic thrusting animation.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, so the totally new characters, just slightly recycled names.
And so then Lugnut gets called out for being a doofus by Black Arachnia.
Yay! Yes.
What?
I had forgotten that she was in the first episode because then as we will go into as events unfold, you don't really see her again for a little while.
Yeah, she shows up once a season.
Yeah. They use her sparingly.
And yeah,
Like summer.
Yes. Also known as every black woman on a cartoon for the past 30 years.
And quite a few small children.
Yes.
She is also in the new Voltron.
I'm not surprised.
She's like that hooded witch lady from, old Voltron.
Hagar?
Maybe.
Something.
Maybe that's her name.
Does she also control a pants empire?
Sadly, no.
Ah.
Sadly, there are no pants involved. No slacks.
In the old cartoon, she looked horrible, though.
That's true. That's true.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
And she's very much in the mode of early Beast Wars Black Arachnia, where she's just too cool for everybody else on this ship.
Yeah. Very
and
much.
they actually call out that she has an organic mode.
Yes, which we are going to find more about later. And she's called out on this by Blitzwing, who, much as the original Blitzwing had 3 modes, he has 3 modes and 3 personalities. All voiced by Bubba Robinson. There is what seems to be a standard one, which is kind of a vaguely aristocratic German accent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You've got his angry personality, which is Bumper Robinson doing the Arnold Schwarzenegger impression.
Yeah.
And then he's got a goofy jack-o'-lantern face.
Which does, some other thing. It's a German accent, an Austrian accent, and something.
It's like, it's
just
crazy
the Joker.
words. Yeah, it's if Bumper Robinson was the Joker, it would be his Joker voice.
Yes. Well, his name's Blitzwing, so he's, mostly German sounding.
Oh yeah, I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
So yes, he expresses his feelings in song.
It is, that is definitely a very interesting approach to the whole triple changer thing, because normally that's just like a thing. It's not a significant personality defining characteristic.
Yeah. But it's a thing that, like, considering that they were originally, like, sort of characterized back in old Marvel times, it's a surprise that wasn't around since G1.
I suppose there's that, yeah. That was the sort of weird
that,
thing.
The bio for one of the Duocons mentions personality difficulties with that.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
I want to say it's Battle Trap, but I'm not sure.
Maybe. Oh no, I have to look it up.
It could be either one, considering their names are sort of backwards.
Yeah. Anyway, Megatron busts in, shuts everybody up, and says, I'm going to go get the Allspark. Starscream volunteers, but Megatron obviously does not trust him to do this.
Because he realizes that TV trope is named after Starscream for a reason.
But he does trust Starscream enough to give him a tender pat on the back, which delivers an obvious bomb onto Megatron.
I mean, obvious to us, not, obvious to Megatron, apparently.
Yeah, he just doesn't have a lot of, he doesn't have a lot of nerve endings back there.
Doesn't have the articulation to grab it anyway.
Also that.
That's true. Have to get someone else to do it. And Lugnut just has those sort of claw hands, so what's he gonna do?
The clamps.
I'm greasing up my Hoosits. So yeah, Megatron flies out in vehicle mode, latches onto the Autobot ship and just starts blasting his way through the hull. And so Megatron has to use, or Optimus has to use some grabby arms, which made me think of Mystery Science Theater 3000, the movie.
Yeah.
What were they called in that? Are they those?
They're called Manos.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
No. You can't just do that.
Breached hull, all die. Even had an underline.
Need to rewatch that.
So,
speaking of which, B says, "Oh, we're all gonna die, aren't we?"
Yes.
I'm appreciating the Beast Wars shoutouts in this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this bomb explodes. The ship goes careening into the space bridge, but the Allspark makes the space bridge send them elsewhere, which also causes the space bridge to subsequently explode once they're safely through.
Yeah. Explode while Starscream is speeching.
Yes.
To himself.
Now that Megatron has departed, I declare myself the new leader. Except he's leader of nobody, because everybody else is booking out.
His delivery there is very movie, that line of Starscream's.
Yes.
Now how that Megatron has departed, by which I mean I tossed him out the airlock.
And so Starscream is the only person on this ship. I guess there were only 5 crew members?
Yeah, I
we
guess
see at least 3 escape pods fire off.
Yeah.
And I assume that's one each for Blitzwing, Lugnut, and Black Arachnia?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so yeah, Starscream is left alone on this ship as this giant fireball engulfs it.
Poor guy. No one wants to hang around and be followed follow him.
Yeah, everything just goes to white.
So the Autobot ship has successfully made it through, above, a planet. You can probably guess which one.
Yeah.
If a Transformer ship is gonna crash anywhere, it's gonna crash into Earth.
Yep, that's what they do.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes, from 4 million years ago, billions of years in the future, or the past, whatever Beast Wars kind of was, it was weird.
The place is a big robot magnet.
Yes, well, in some cases, literally, like Prime.
Yes. So luckily everybody has survived, but unfortunately, so has Megatron. And he is messed up.
Well, that's what happens when you strap a Megatron to the roof of your vehicle. Shit's gonna go wrong.
True, it's a good point. It never works out.
And despite missing, an arm and significant portions of his body, he's still fighting mad.
Well, he's almost twice the size of anybody else.
Yes,
that's another thing. The Decepticons are really tall, except for Black Arachne.
This is the first time we see them next to each other.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Decepticons are gigantic, which sort of, I don't know if that is from the movie, but that is certainly true in the movie, where most of the Decepticons are like big military vehicles, and the Autobots are cars.
Well, there was this was something that was somewhat intentional in the way they set up the show, is that they wanted the Decepticons to be big, threatening. They didn't want the Decepticons to just be, it's the Decepticons. They wanted them to be, when they show up, like one Decepticon should be enough to threaten all of their Autobot team.
Yes.
And that's part of why you also end up having sort of the human supervillain sort of characters who show up, because that, lets them save the Decepticons for like big stuff. And yeah, that was an intentional decision. That was an intentional way to approach it on the part of the writers.
Yeah, which is similar to the movie, because in the movie they're all giant military vehicles except for Barricade.
Yes. So,
I don't know if it was intentional, but same effect.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's 5-on-1. Even after they shut off the gravity, a not in fighting trim Megatron is more than a match for
the worst Autobots at teamwork.
Yes. 5-on-1, home turf advantage. He's already taken damage, and he still kind of wipes the floor with them. Prowl manages to make the probably biggest impact on him by cutting his arm the rest of the way off, but...
And I guess we also mentioned here that these are not combat Autobots, and so all of their weapons are tools.
Yes, which is, it's a nice touch.
Yeah, Optimus has a cool rocket axe.
I guess he's a fire truck.
Yeah, Bulkhead has a wrecking ball. Bumblebee has these kind of stinger things.
Which were taken from the movie design.
Ratchet has Sue Richards-esque force fields.
Yeah.
And, Prowl does have ninja stars, but they're...
Damn it, Prowl.
They're non-combat ninja stars.
I like the idea that he has an actual, useful repair tool weapon thing, and he's just a total weeaboo.
I bought these in the mall.
Well, you were learning to repair space bridges. I studied the blade.
Oh, he did.
So they fight. Eventually, Prime does manage to maneuver Megatron out of the ship. And so, as they plunge into the atmosphere, Megatron...
He maneuvers him out of the airlock after Ratchet kind of accidentally causes them to descend into orbit at a steep angle.
Yes.
Burning up.
So Megatron ends up hopefully burning up in the atmosphere, and
not after Harrison Prime it says, "Get off my plane," and kicks him.
I was thinking more aliens, but yeah. Or alien.
So Megatron does indeed survive partially. We cut to Paw Paw, Michigan. Actual town.
Yes, actual town, Paw Paw, Michigan.
Wow.
And something has landed in the cornfield. It is unfortunately not the infant Kal-El, but Megatron.
Well, you get lemons, you make lemonade.
Yes, and in this case, he's going to make a ton of robot aid.
Yes.
See, the Prime gets into emergency stasis, or Prime and the crew get into emergency stasis pods.
We have title drop.
Yay, stasis pods!
Yay!
And then we don't ever see them again.
They do come up a little later.
Oh.
I think around season 3. Anyway, they avoid to not hit Detroit. They manage to not hit Detroit, and then they instead crash into Lake Erie. But don't worry too much, Prime. I've been to Detroit. You can't do too much more to it.
Yeah, oh no, you don't want to destroy Detroit. Oh no.
Our Rebel's on fire.
Well, it would have been Detroit 50 years ago, or though 50, wait, when was this supposed to take place?
I am not exactly sure.
I believe that this part was supposed to be happening in modern, like, in the present.
Ah.
Okay, so 50 years later, we're in like 2060 or so.
Yeah.
2057.
I just realized the show's 10 years old this year.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
yeah. We're so old. We're gonna die soon.
So, 50 years have passed.
And making this the most unrealistic science fiction series ever, Detroit has been revitalized.
Yes, because it is no longer the Motor City, it is the Robot City.
Yay!
Old Detroit is new again.
Yes.
It's so futuristic that there are Witwikis.
Yes.
They're futuristic Witwikis in their jumpsuits, which is great because no one else is wearing ridiculous jumpsuits.
Yeah.
They're eating hot dogs on a stick, sold by a robot vendor.
Yes.
Some of the other character designs we see later are like sort of 70s or 80s clothing styles.
Yes, apparently, Derek Wyatt, who's the head character designer, is a big fan of 70s game shows.
Yeah, and Scooby-Doo, so.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I think a lot of these are like outfits from people from like Match Game.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But yes, there's a brief cameo of adult Spike, Carly, and Daniel. Yay!
Yes, robots are doing everything. They're washing windows. They're cleaning urinals.
And they're blank. Nola for Match Game?
Oh, I'm too young. Although, wait, you're younger than I am. Too
I was on
sure.
Show Network
game shows.
a lot. So whenever I went
sure.
to visit my paternal grandparents, I'd go and watch old 70s game shows like Match Game.
Huh. I was gonna say, I think I'm too young for that, and I'm one of the older people here.
Reruns.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is all being explained by Isaac Sumdack, who is Tom Kenny again, doing an Indian accent, which, is that okay now? I'm not sure if that's okay.
You know, I was thinking, well, you know, they've clearly established that he was in Michigan, like, has been living in the U.S. for at least 50 years, but I also like that idea that, you know, like, I mean, I guess he probably doesn't currently have extended family, but he might have had extended family for a while who he still spoke, you know, his native language around and would have maintained the accent. And
because it did crash on his family farm, well, presumably family farm as a kid that had Sumdac, a big label on the barn, when he was 10-ish.
I would say, I mean, he's like 60 now. That makes sense.
Yeah, but it's, the Indian accent's a little, at least it's not like Apu from The Simpsons level.
No,
Yeah,
and it is just a voice, so it's better than Fisher Stevens.
Yes.
And it's not like, it really just seems to be to further establish that this is a non-white character, which,
Yes.
and it's not to like make fun of that, but just to say that this is a thing. So yeah, I thought, I took a moment while I was watching this, and admittedly, I am hella white, but otherwise, you know, I try to pay attention to these things. But it just seemed like the way it was being used, you know, again, it wasn't Apu from The Simpsons. It was in a very just matter of fact, this is who the character is kind of way.
Yeah, he's just
On the
this
upside,
Canadian accent. He makes robots.
Yeah.
On the upside, it's representation. On the downside, it's not casting somebody of that race in the role, but
It's 10 years old.
Yeah.
Maybe today they would do better.
Baby steps.
Yes.
Well, I think there are actual Indian characters on Rescue Bots who are voiced by actual Indian voice actor whose name I can't remember, but is the guy who voices Blades on that.
Nice. I have not watched enough of that, and I really should watch more.
I've been watching that on Netflix. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's letting a bunch of kids tour his facility. He's giving them the guided tour. But unfortunately this gets interrupted by his daughter, Sari Subdak, voiced by internet sweetheart, Tara Strong.
Yay!
Yay.
She's gonna be a pony someday.
Yep.
She will indeed.
And she's very much doing her Timmy Turner voice for Sorry.
Yeah.
Timmy Turner?
From, what was it,
Fairly Odd Parents, which
that's the one.
was only just canceled this year.
My God.
What? Holy crap.
Actually,
Wow.
it's 2017 now. It might have been last year, but yeah.
Jeez.
Wow.
Well, it's keeping Darren Norris off the streets. So yeah, she is the spunky, red-headed daughter of Isaac Subdak, and she is somewhat lacking in social graces.
Yes. She is also very clearly, of Indian heritage as far as we know. I will say at this point, but she does not have an accent, so
No.
there's that. She's
and-
very much the second generation kid.
Yeah. And yeah, she is...
You could even say she's G2.
You could say that.
And yeah, somewhat lacking in social graces, possibly because she has been raised, she doesn't go to school or anything. She's raised by her father and by her robot tutor, who is hilariously a robot with a little mortarboard cap.
No, he's been emperaded.
He does have a screen for a hit.
I don't want to know what he did to deserve that.
Wouldn't shut up about the Holly Smoot tariff.
Yeah.
Yes, I appreciated the reference to an actual thing, the Holly Smoot tariff.
Oh, okay.
Tell us about the Holly Smoot tariff.
The Tariff Act of 1930, also known as the Holly Smoot Tariff, was sponsored by Senator Reed Smoot and Representative Willis C. Hawley.
Smoot.
It reduced American exports and imports by more than half during the Depression and greatly contributed to the Depression.
Good job. Good job.
It's also what Ben Stein is trying to teach the kids in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
In the Dave Barry book, Dave Barry Does America,
yes.
He references it in every chapter.
It's a funny word, Holly Smoot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's also got a robot dog, Sparkplug, which is constantly trying to eat her keycard.
It is definitely a much better name for a dog than for a 40-something overweight, oil rig worker.
Well, it was a nickname, presumably.
It wasn't a good
think
nickname.
so, but then his son was named Spike. Or sometimes Buster.
Yeah.
It took until Daniel that they had a member of that family with a real name.
And that was probably Carly's doing. It was probably,
Yeah.
it's like, now I'm forgetting, but Bulma's family in Dragon Ball.
Well, yeah, but she goes along with the dumb name.
Yeah, well no, that's, her family is where the dumb names come from, whereas Vegeta, he's not even from Earth. He doesn't know that that's not normal to name your children after.
Yeah, name your children after underwear and bras.
You'd think it was normal to name them after vegetables instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas, oh my god, maybe all of their kids have their Saiyan name that Vegeta gave them. That's something like that.
And then everyone else on the planet just ignores it.
Yeah.
It's like having an embarrassing middle name.
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe it's exactly like that.
Yeah, my Saiyan name is, Marion.
So yeah.
Anyway, so while this is going on, there are a bunch of AIM guys, doing experiments with nanotech.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not wearing yellow, but they are totally just AIM guys from
Yeah,
comics.
pretty much.
It's true.
Yeah.
They're conducting the important science of injecting cockroaches with nanobots.
Yeah, sure, that'll be fun.
Nothing can go wrong with that.
And in
It's
fact,
not like there's a school field trip here.
Yes.
and in fact, everything goes wrong because this roach turns into a giant matter-absorbing blob monster.
You may have seen it on Men in Black, the animated series.
It is very much.
I was gonna say Godzilla the animated series. But
same animation.
So.
Yeah.
They also did Extreme Ghostbusters.
Ooh.
And I
they
will
didn't
say,
do this show, and yet somehow that's what the giant cockroach looks like.
and this is where it sort of hit me. I mean, when Beast Wars and Beast Machines were on, I watched those over and over, so, I was never surprised by anything in them. And then when we watched the Unicron Trilogy shows, nothing happened in them, so there was nothing to be surprised by. But before I watched this, you had bet me $50 that there was a roach monster in this episode, I would have lost that bet.
Yeah.
Same here.
It's oddly forgettable, considering it's the first thing.
Yeah. And so it busts out, and we could really use some giant robots around here right now.
Yeah, to help clean that up.
But unfortunately, they're going to wait till next time, because that is the end of the episode.
Cliffhanger! Ooh, it's a cliffhanger.
Yes, because this is a classic, multi-part pilot. In fact, very much 80s style, the way that they did. I think they were originally made as tryouts. I don't know if Transformers was this way, but I think Gem was, and I think Inhumanoids was.
Yeah.
Where they just made a multi-part pilot, and then when it was successful, they later picked it up for more. Or they did.
I would say
Transformers totally was that too.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say just based on the ending to the More Than Meets the Eye multi-part episode, that absolutely it was written to be a standalone pilot.
Yes.
Because it ends with them being like, everyone's going home. And then they don't. Awkward.
Although not as awkward as not getting picked up, like robotics and Bigfoot and the Muscle Machines.
Oh.
Which I was terribly disappointed did not involve an actual Bigfoot driving a monster truck.
Oh, did they ever do, in that pilot, did they have a Hulk Hogan monster truck randomly show up?
Sadly, no. There was a Hulk Hogan cartoon, but I don't think, presumably there was a licensing issue there.
Probably.
I think the giant monster truck was in the Hulk Hogan cartoon, though.
Oh, was it? I mean,
I think so.
We know that Hasbro had their hooks into Brad Garrett at the time, so they could have just got him to do his Hulk Hogan voice, which is kind of just his Brad Garrett voice.
Oh god, now that's just getting even more horrible. I'm imagining Brad Garrett saying, well, let me tell you something, brother, and Ray Romano going back and, okay, what?
So yeah, that is the first episode of Transform and Rollout, and the first episode of Transformers Animated. And this does a nice breezy job of introducing you to, about 12 characters, 14 characters actually, counting Sentinel and, Ultra Magnus.
Yeah.
And it never feels crowded. You get a reasonably good sense of who everybody is, and we haven't established the status quo yet, because we're still in the first episode, and robots are still taking a big nap under Lake Erie.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still more characterization than any of the robots, except maybe Optimus Prime, get in the live-action movie.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Bumblebee, but he doesn't talk, so that kind of doesn't count.
Well, that's because it's not any more expensive to show robots on this than it is to show people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas you are not paying massive amounts of money and manpower to render Shia LaBeouf. Especially not if he's got that bag over his head.
Oh, Shia.
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. So yeah, that is it for this episode. You can find us all over the internet. We are on Tumblr, we are on Twitter, and we are on Facebook.
And we are hosted by iaconunderground.net, where you can find our news show, Iacon Underground Radio. We have now set up Amazon affiliate links that you can use there to help support us with upgrading various bits of equipment. And we also have our Patreon at patreon.com/iaconunderground.
And you can find us on both iTunes and on Google Play. However you prefer to get us, please rate and review us. We'd really appreciate it, and it would help the standing of the show. And if you want to let us know what you thought about Animated, then please write into the Maxim mailbag, which we are keeping the name of because it's a good name.
Yeah.
And that is at stasispodcast@gmail.com. So until next time, when we look at the second part of Transform and Roll Out, I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
I'm Alex.
2 words, Jam Project!
Wait, what?
「制約を引き裂き星の眠りを呼び起こすのはどいつだ」「ほら目の前弱な魂たち」「行けばはないまっすぐに受け止めろ」「守りためのワビアとそれを承知して僕らは意識組み替える」「その手を強く握り輝きの絆信じて戦え」
What?
The outro theme, which will be the Japanese opening theme, done by my favorite band in Japan. Which maybe I should mention.
Yeah, second episode we'll talk about that, and I guess we can also talk about the animation studio.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, if anybody needs a break.
Yes.